Alright everyone, just a quick tutorial on getting involved with our wormhole. Same principles and procedures pretty much apply to getting involved with any corp's wormhole. So the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to get invited to our wormhole channel. For the purposes of this video, I've scanned down a wormhole out of HiSec and made a dummy channel, dummy bookmarks, that kind of thing for security purposes. So in our MOTD of our channel, which is the message that you see as you join the channel, if you can't see it anymore because people have been chatting, you can click on this icon and reload MOTD. First thing you're going to see is a reminder to practice OPSEC. People will try to infiltrate our wormholes and blow up our stations because there is no asset safety in wormholes, so anything contained in those stations will drop. It is loot for them. So we always want to keep our wormholes safe and secure. Above that, you're going to see some important reminders. Make sure you're in the right clone. Either you are in a clean clone because you don't want to lose implants if you get blown up, or if you are moving into the wormhole, you are bringing in your learning clone and then swapping to a clean clone to operate inside of the wormhole. If you are going to base out of the wormhole, you want to set your medical clone, death clone, either just outside the wormhole in Empire space, so that if you die you can jump right back in, or at the nearest trade hub, so that you can reship and get back into the wormhole without much travel. For people who are newer to wormholes, we have linked an article on Eve University's wiki website. It is a great article, goes over all the basics, some principles, what to expect, the dangers, that kind of thing. Before going into the wormhole, very important to have your probe scanner results open somewhere and your D-scan results open somewhere. When you are in the wormhole, you are going to be spamming your D-scan always to see who is around. In the wormhole, there is no local chat like you find out in Empire space. It will not show you who is insisting with you. It will not show them that you are around. So you want to be spamming your D-scan to see if there are any ships out there, or if there are any probes, meaning somebody is looking for you or for other sites. Very critical. If you are operating in wormholes, if you do not have a launcher and probes fitted to your ship, you want to be carrying them in your cargo hold, along with a mobile depot to refit. This is in case you are in an adjacent wormhole or traveling around the wormholes that we connect to, and one of your connections closes behind you. You can scan your way back out to Empire space to find your way back home. When you are traveling through wormholes, always critical to bookmark both sides. So before you enter a wormhole, you're going to set a bookmark there so people can follow you, and that will go into our shared bookmark folder, which I'll get into. And you're going to bookmark the other side immediately upon entering so you can find your way back out. Now, another thing in local to remember, and why we say do not chat in local always, is because any message you type there, your name shows up along with that message showing people that you are around, so there goes your safety. And also, even if you leave the system, your message and your name persist for 20 minutes. So anybody who is around sees that, oh, John Doe is around, looks you up on Zkill, sees what you fly, how you fit, knows what corp you're with, so who might be around with you. It's a lot of intel you're giving away every time you chat in local in a wormhole. So some tools that we want you to use are first D-scan and probe scanner results. I'm going to show you how to grab those. So we're going to open our probe scanner and we're going to open our D-scanner. There are shortcuts for that, Alt-P and Alt-D. Now you're going to see you end up with this big intrusive map and the results are over here, and we don't want that. That's getting in the way of everything. So we're going to detach these by clicking on this little square. And we'll move those somewhere convenient. And we're going to detach the D-scan as well. Move that somewhere convenient. And then we can go ahead and close this map. Next, we want to have our common tools open. This is links to everything from Zkill to Dotlan, some reference stuff, all kinds of handy stuff. Then I want you to have your Wormhole tools open. Click on that, it'll open a channel with Wormhole specific tools that everyone uses in Wormholes, including mapping software. Then critical, you're going to click on our bookmarks. So in our case, we keep it in the Wormhole channel MOTD. So you click on that, connect, and it'll show up in your people and places. Or you might have to ask your CEO to PM that to you, that link, and you just click on it and connect to the shared bookmark folder for the Wormhole. Now to find those in people and places, you're going to go to Neocom, Personal, People and Places, and we'll make a shortcut. You can find that in your shared location section, and in this case we've called our Wormhole Fun Hole. Another way to find bookmarks when you're in the system with them is click in space and press L, and you can see any bookmarks in the system that you're in. One thing that we use a lot in Wormholes is Pathfinder. It's one of the more popular browser-based softwares that we use for mapping wormholes. I'll show you what that looks like. Here I'm logged in on Grim Reaper. You can see that it shows where I am on our map. So I am in the high sec connected to our wormhole. We can see that our wormhole is connected to another one. It also shows you the signatures in a system. So here I've added the signatures from this high sec in our wormhole. It shows you the signatures. So some are wormholes, some are gas, etc. This is our Zkill that we have linked conveniently, or you can look it up separately if you know the system name. You can look it up on Zkill. So I can go to Zkill and see, okay, look, our wormhole's been quiet for over a week, no kills, so I can anticipate it probably being quiet. If you are new to the wormhole and want to find out some stats on it, you can click on this. This is the Anoikis page. Again, you can also go to Anoikis yourself from Wormhole Tools and type in any wormhole system. So we would type in ours, 131315, and it would show us all the info and stats on it. So we have the statics. That means we have a connection to a C1 at all times and a high sec at all times. It shows us system effects, so we go faster in the system, that sort of thing. Next are all the signatures in our wormhole. This is important for getting into the wormhole. So inside the wormhole, people have been scanning all the signatures and they found our connection, our static, to HiSec, and we can see that it is an Endato and that is 8 jumps from Jitta. That's important for shipping up. As I said, you can set your death clone at Jitta because it's the closest trade hub. And to get into our wormhole, we would set our destination to Endato. Now, before we go there, we want to make sure that this information is up to date. So it's a couple hours old now, 17, it's 1900. So what we're going to do is check the status of the wormhole. Is it quiet? Is there danger about? What am I walking into? And is the high sec connection still valid? Now he is going to answer. Alright, it is quiet. The high sec signature for the connection is still there. HFE is still there. But he has no eyes on the entry. So I'm going in blind. There could be somebody right inside, we don't know. But there's something we're going to do. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, go to the system. You can see we've made it there. I'm going to set my death clone at one of the stations, or maybe I've done it at Jitta. Now I'm going to warp to the connection into our wormhole system. Now, as we approach this wormhole, we want to check and make sure that the wormhole is still good, it's not about to collapse, that kind of thing, so that we can update our teammates, or, you know, maybe we don't want to go through it because we don't want to be trapped if it's about to collapse. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the wormhole in our overview and click the info icon. That's going to show us a bunch of different information. So all these lines, they mean something. You can find what they mean by clicking on Wormhole Connects. You can find that in our MOTD or for those of you not in our channels, you would just type in Wormhole Connects, or you can find it in Wormhole Tools. Now for new bros to wormholes, this will tell you what all the different messages mean. Leads into unknown parts of space. Tells us it goes to class 1 through 3. This wormhole is beginning to decay, so it has less than 24 hours of life left. And this wormhole has not yet had its stability. Has not yet. So it's got most of its mass left. Only a certain amount of ships, like only a certain amount of mass can go through a wormhole before it collapses. So it sounds like everything's fresh. So we're good to go. Let's go ahead and jump in. Now remember, we went in blind. We don't know what's here. So we're going to hold for a second. We want to see what's around. Doesn't look like there's anything here. Doesn't look like there's anything on D-scan. Should be clear. Now, if this was really our wormhole, you would see a citadel in the overview that you could warp to. In this case, we've bookmarked the locals citadel. So we would go there and we would dock. And you can see here some other information I'm going to show you. Statics, again, are the wormholes that we always have. So connections that we always have. We have, in this wormhole, we have one to a C1 at all times and one to a high sec at all times. Now remember I said a certain amount of mass can go through and then the wormhole collapses? That's called rolling. So we can push special ships through the connections and collapse them and get new random connections. And we can keep doing that until we get one that we like. So this is just a little tutorial on how to roll the statics for this particular wormhole. And up here we have our bookmark naming convention. Wormhole Corps will use a more comprehensive naming convention that they use in tandem with Pathfinder. So you can see this is high sec static, this is C1 static, that's what that C1S means. That's from a naming convention that real wormholers will use. For our purposes, we just day trip and explore the adjacent wormholes. We don't go down big long chains of wormholes. So the way home always starts with an asterisk. In our high sec, you can see we had asterisks home to and to our wormhole, to fun hole. So always asterisks. It will show up at the top of the list of your bookmarks when you have this window open. Period is the way out. We can see we have an exit, a period, way out to endito, way out to C1 static. And then we include the signature, so A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever, corresponding to the signature in our probe scanner. All right, and then any destination, so this one is period, HFE to high sec, and then optional information like the actual system it goes to. Or if it's end of life, meaning it's about to collapse, I'll indicate that as well. For any signatures like relic or data, I would bookmark it. No symbol, no asterisk or period, ABC, and data, or relic, or combat. All right, there you go. That's how you get in and get involved with the wormhole. I hope that helps, and I hope to see you in there. Cheers.